Hi, I'm Steph Moser, proud to be your chair of the Ontario Athletic Therapists Association. We have a great profession and we know that. We need others to understand it as well. Over a year ago, the board tasked me to start a committee to collect data so we could validate how we measure up against other professions such as physiotherapists and chiropractors. We need to be able to show the outcomes, the measurable outcomes of athletic therapy services. It was wonderful last year to have so many people, so many of you, so many members sign up to be part of that. Where we're lacking is the reporting. We need you to get involved. As an association and a profession, we need to be able to prove to insurance companies, policymakers at the regulatory level, our peers and our clients that our profession is both effective and valuable. In order to do that, we have to be able to collect data. This needs to become something that we do on a regular basis, not just for a demonstration project. We need to be able to do this continuously, show our improvements, our advancements, and our value. The Board of Directors of the OATA has made it an objective to be an evidence-based practice by the year 2015. In order for that to happen, we need you to get involved now. This is your project, this is your profession, and where we go is up to you. We're counting on you. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Deb Matthews. I'm delighted to welcome everyone gathered today at your AGM. And first, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for the work athletic therapists do to help patients through difficult and often painful times in their lives. Through your collaboration with other healthcare professionals, I know that your hard work and dedication means that patients get back to work, back to school, and back to life. I understand you're focusing on evidence-based practice, and I want you to know that evidence plays a foundational role in my ministry's work. Just over a year ago, I released our action plan for healthcare. One of the guiding principles of the action plan is evidence-based decision-making. Our precious and finite healthcare dollars need to be spent in a way that ensures that patients get the best care possible and that we get the best value for money. So I want you to know that your efforts are well in line with my ministry's objectives, and I appreciate your efforts to implement the latest clinical evidence in your practices. And I encourage you to participate in evidence-based practice protocols as a standard approach to case treatment. Thank you once again for all of your hard work to create stronger, healthier, and more active communities, and I wish you all a very enjoyable and productive AGM.
Hello, I'm Dr. Joshua Tepper, and I'm incredibly pleased to have a chance to speak here at your conference today. And let me start by congratulating the OATA leadership and all of your members for making the conference today focused on evidence-based medicine. If there's one thing that we learned in the last few years, our patients deserve nothing less than the best in evidence-based care. If there's one thing we've learned in the last decade, is that the healthcare system can't sustain itself with anything less than evidence-based medicine. We know, not just in Ontario and not just in Canada, but literally around the world, about the powerful impact that evidence-based care can make on clinical outcomes, on health system sustainability. We also know this isn't just about the front line. This is about management, this is about leadership. This is about decision makers in the system paying attention to evidence-based medicine as much as the individual in their clinic each and every day. Evidence-based medicine allows us to finally do what we all went into healthcare to do, which is to provide the best care for each and every patient interaction for that individual, their family, for the communities we live in. It's incredibly exciting. There's a lot we can learn from people here in Ontario who've already been practicing evidence-based medicine, and there's your own members who are already doing amazing work that we can turn to as champions and leaders themselves. We need to learn to measure what we do, to report it, and where our reporting shows that we have areas for improvement, to make that quality adjustment. Like I said, our patients deserve it, the system deserves it, and you as healthcare providers committed to the work you do deserve to practice the best in possible care. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and again, congratulations to the OATA.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Veronica Wadey, orthopedic surgeon at the Holland Orthopedic and Arthritic Center, Sunnybrook Health Sciences Center. As you may or may not know, I was an orthopedic surgeon for the last 7 years, but prior to that, my first profession was as an athletic therapist with Team Canada Olympic Men's Volleyball, and finished after the 1992 Olympic Quadrennial in Barcelona. So my perspective on athletic therapy is such that I do think it's a very rewarding profession that has tremendous potential to have an impact on the healthcare of Canadians at large. The domains that I feel that they are most useful for is in injury prevention, injury management, and health promotion. And I say that because in both the workplace and industry and on the athletic fields or courts or pools, the athletic therapist has a tremendous opportunity to work within all the domains of healthcare to deliver continuity of care with a patient-centered approach. And in order to do that, it would be imperative to make sure that any of the techniques, procedures, or protocols would be evidence-based. And in this scenario, I do believe that the athletic therapists are trying to move towards this in terms of research and health promotion. So I'd like to congratulate the Ontario Athletic Therapists Association on their endeavor to first establish this foundation, as this is an inaugural event as I understand it, and is pivotal to making sure that we start with evidence-based practices in all of the domains that they will be most suited to try to help and prevent injuries and health promotion for all Canadians. In addition, the evidence-based practice that we're now striving for to increase our ability to deliver this care is huge and would be so important to make sure that we have the appropriate resources to make sure that appropriate randomized controlled trials, as well as collaborative efforts with other healthcare providers that are centered around the athletes and patient care, is developed. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Corinne Kagan with the Ontario Neurotrauma Foundation and with Concussions Ontario, which is an MTBI and concussion strategy that is designed to improve recognition, management, diagnosis, and ongoing care of people with concussions and MTBI. I first met Drew and some of the other athletic therapists in connection with the concussion strategy, where I realized the importance of the athletic therapists in the role of ongoing management and addressing the needs of the person who's had the injury. And I would like to congratulate the OATA and its leadership and now its membership on its important work that it's going to be moving forward with in evidence-based medicine and evidence-based practice, and in developing a research foundation for athletic therapy. Evidence-based practice is no stranger to ONF, and we have developed a lot of guidelines for evidence-based care in the area of concussions and a mild traumatic brain injury. Because it improves outcomes, it creates more consistency of practice, and it lets people understand what it is they're doing in connection to the research. In total, it actually connects practice to research. Research is an important part of the puzzle, and having some funds to enable some of the athletic therapists to measure their practice and to make some observations about gaps between the ideal practice based on evidence and what they're actually doing will give them a chance to review what they're doing and examine their practice, as well as ensuring that the most important aspects of the evidence can be put into play. Because evidence-based practice is essential in improving outcomes, in helping clinicians understand how their practice fits with the evidence, in measuring what they're doing, in being able to compare current practice to the ideal or to what the evidence is saying. And it really helps people to become alert to what they're doing and to always be alert to the fact that evidence is always moving forward and that there is new research that tells us, as time goes on, what is important. I think that a research foundation will be an excellent way for athletic therapists to be able to measure some of these outcomes, establish a little bit more consistency, and understand how their individual practice fits in with the big picture and how their unique needs of individual clients or patients fit within the context of what the evidence is telling them. So in closing, I really would like to congratulate you all and to encourage you to visit the Concussions Ontario website
at concussions.ontario.org to look at our guidelines and consider these as you move forward with your initiatives. All the best.
Hello, my name is Frances Flint, and I have the privilege of having the portfolio of research and evidence-based practice. And this is an exciting time in the history of athletic therapy because we are moving ahead with more evidence-based practice for our profession. There are three areas within my portfolio that I've been focusing on, and the first one is a research and evidence-based practice. So we have been working on doing systematic reviews this year in trying to establish what kinds of practices we should be using in our profession of athletic therapy. The second area of focus is disseminating that knowledge, and we've been trying to do that through the website. We're going to be looking to a number of social media to try and disseminate that knowledge to the general population in hopes that we can enhance our practice of athletic therapy. The third area is the most exciting, I believe, and that is the establishment of a foundation so that we can do research and support scholarship in athletic therapy. These three areas are my focus over the next 3 years, and it's something that you should get on board with because we need people doing research in athletic therapy. It's critical to our profession, it's critical to our patients and the good care that we provide them. You will have heard from a number of healthcare practitioners and from the Ministry of Health on the importance of research and evidence-based practice. We're a bit behind the times because we're late coming to using research and evidence-based practice in our profession, but we need to get into the game now. So we need your help. We need you to get on board with doing research and supporting all of the activities that we are doing to try and increase the profile of research in our profession. The Government of Ontario and the Ministry of Health have made it very clear that we all must be involved in evidence-based practice. All healthcare professions must use evidence-based practice in order to help our clients better and to move into the future of research in the area of athletic therapy. We need all of you to be on board. Please help us and get involved. Thank you.